Good morning, students. Welcome to our chat class. In the previous class, we were discussing about creativity. We discussed about the three important factors in creativity, which can help to decide the idea is creative idea or not. The one, the idea should be new. If it is not new, we will not call it as creativity. If you're copying someone else's idea, is not in a creativity, and it should be useful. The useful in case of it can be solve the existing problem, because we are searching for an idea to solve the problem or to overcome the situation. It should solve that, otherwise it will not. If it is not useful, then why, how we can call it is it is in a creative, then it should be feasible. It means it should contain the real constraints like money, time and other factors. Means it should be feasible, it should work in a real world. After that, we discussed about the different types of creativity. Then we discussed about the fourth piece of creativity in business: the product, person, press, and process. In today's class, we'll start with the features of creativity. The first one, the creativity is not in a product, but it in a process. The first feature is the creativity is not product. Means for an idea, we not have a specific means picture or specific shape. It's in a process, means how we can overcome the situation. We can create a product, creative product, but how? After coming within a complete process, then only the product will come out. The creativity involves both conscious and subconscious thinking. Means we should be more clear the sensitivity things. So that's why it should involve both the conscious and subconscious thinking of a human. Then the creativity thinking can be stimulated at the individual as well as group level. So always we can't tell that the creativity comes from an individual. So sometimes the creativity may arise at the group level. For example, if you're in any meeting, so you might have started that, but the people keep adding the input to that. At the end result, we'll get in some creative idea. So it's a group of people thinking. Someone may be the initiator, but after adding all the valuable points, so whatever the idea we taking out, what is the thing we taking out, we call that as creative creative process. The creative thinking can be both systematic and unsystematic. Sometimes the creative, we can't tell that always it should work in a systematic manner and systematic procedure. The creative thinking can be unsystematic. For example, if you're working on to solve the problem, some cases, so if you follow the regular step by step process, maybe you may overcome, you may come up on the new ideas or things. Sometimes the unsystematic manner, means unstructured ways, the creativity can arise. The creativity is about thinking something new, and whenever this new idea is implemented, it brings in a change. Yes. So it means it is about thinking something new. It means we are getting or thinking something new. If it is not bringing anything new, or if it is not changing anything, so then why we call it creativity? Already, if you have an existing product, if it is not changing anything, we will never call that is creative. Means it should change something in the current process. Then only we call it creative. The creativity is not an one time or isolated activity. It means the creativity is not, for example, if we created, okay, yeah, we created a good one, we should not. The creativity is an ongoing process. The creativity is somewhat regular activity. So always, for example, you wanted to think about the solving the problems which arising. So once you start thinking on that, no, so you can find it. It means always it's a regular, it's not in a single time. For example, you should not only think, you should not work only on the when the problem arises. And sometimes we will not get any creative idea when the problems. So in the day-to-day life, we may come across some thoughts, some ideas. So that's why we call this is regular activity. The things or the creative ideas will not come only in the problem stage. Yes, the most of the problems, most of the creative ideas will come when we are facing in a problem, but not all the cases. Chance, accidental discovery of a new ideas does not mean creativity. Means, just for example, you thinking something by an accidental, you might have did something, but you don't know how it came. We can't call that as creativity. So as I told earlier, the solution, the problem might be the same, but the solution is different from time to time. In all the cases, in all the problems, the same solution, it won't work. The creativity requires an high degree of awareness. It means you should aware, you should know, that you should have the complete knowledge about the process of the things which you're working on. Then only you're able to think that, then only you're able to come up with a good idea. Or else, whatever the idea you create, it may be negative towards your process. So that's why you should aware. So what, where it will impact, what is the degree of impact? So you should check that. The creativity involves pattern breaking. It means instead of like the routine or regular pattern what we are working, if the creativity means if you come up with a new idea, the new thing is the regular process of the pattern, it will break and we'll be bringing the new thing. These are the features of creativity. And what is the role of creativity in organization growth? Means organization development. How this creativity helps. This creativity generates, it's a generation of idea for new technology. So we are seeing the every day, means every day we are coming up, we are seeing the new technology. Take an example of COVID-19, this outbreak. Just observe from the day one to till now, so many new techniques they came. The PPC kit, personal protection kit. So and the sanitizers and masks, sorry, face masks, everything. At least they're adding means, and also for testing they're using the new technologies day by day. They're using the new process. Means the generation of ideas for the new technology, the creative thing, it will help to generate in a new technology. This creativity helps in the generation of ideas for improvement in the product and the services, service designs. Like this creativity may add more value addition. For example, someone might have someone thought that to keep in a fingerprint bio, means since like for unlocking mobile, it's an value addition to the product. Already their mobile is there, only they added only fingerprint sensor and the face recognition. Just they added one technology, just it is an addition to the value. And for simplification, yes, taking the same example, to make it simple to unlock the phone, just they kept the phone recognition. It's very simple. Means the process, the here the thing is we need to open the mobile instead of entering pin, or instead of, because sometimes the pin may be someone may be copied. Sometimes if you're working, like if your hands are not good, you're unable to open. In that cases, this face recognition may help. It means the simplification by this technology. And this new ideas are in the technologies may add the more features, more features to the existing one. Yes, this all this camera, everything is in a new feature. And this creativity helps in standardization and for enhancing a human convenience in use, means how it should be useful for them, and it improving the product reliability and it's increasing the product life cycle. We are all know the product life cycle: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So if you should start and working on this creativity process, at least before going to decline stage, or you can extend some stage. If you implement the creative ideas in the first stage itself, at least you can business cycle, you can increase, means the product life cycle. And the next, we discussed about the technological aspect, means how the product design and the service design will work. Now we'll work on the role of creativity in organization in a process, the generation of ideas for improvement in the process and the designs, like for smooth flow of materials. Smooth flow of materials means you might have used automatic machines or like transport. So just use escalators where you use in the shopping malls, other thing. It is used to just flow of the people from one floor to another floor. Just is an example like that. If you observe that in any manufacturing industries, you might have seen that like for material movement they're using some technology, means automatic, the packing, the loading, and it increasing in ease of manufacturing. So day by day we can see that using this creativity and innovative ideas, we able to minimize the man work, means we able to increase, we able to make the manufacture process as simple as possible, and it reducing the work in progress inventories. Means it's the creative, it means we do like once the product started, so means it's reduces the time and the working process inventory, means so we can't keep the like working progress, means unfinished goods so long. So once the process started, it is move or the runs smoothly, we'll get an end product soon. Using technology, using creative ideas, we are able to reduce the wastages. If we reduce the wastages directly, it will impact on the cost of production. Means cost of production will come down automatically. Our revenue generation, the profit percentage will go up, and these creative ideas will improve the quality as well. This creativity, it's help in improving the process efficiency. We can make it a more efficient. Whatever the things we're doing, we can make it more efficient. It's not only a manufacturing process, even in HR department also. For example, using ERP or using analytic skills, HR and you can be able to make the payment easier. We can able to prepare the payroll on time. Or this using e-commerce means you're able to track the process, another thing. And also the main thing is it's the creativity is improving the safety. Why safety? Whenever we face a problem, so as a core element of creativity says that the creativity comes from the problem, means in basic. For example, whenever we are in a problem, then only we think, means we think in a different ways. So whenever we say face in a problem, the creative, the new ideas, it means the always the each and every step of the creativity, it's moving towards the safety. The next, the role of creativity in organization goes same. We will continue that. It generates a generation of idea for improvement in machine and tools. Yes, day by day we are seeing upgradation, the technology, other thing. Just to see, take it to your mobile. Let's just assume that 2 years back, which mobile you had and what is the camera quality. See now, and now it's coming 108 MP. It means just it's not an emission. Just I'm telling that how the technology is upgrading day by day. Generation of ideas for converting process waste into useful byproduct. I'll give the best example. Now the governments, the textile industries, whatever the waste, means the piece of cloth which is wasting, now they're using that to stitch in a mask, face masks. Means that's one of the creative thing they implemented. That's how, like, that's earlier it's going as a waste piece. It's a hardly one, like, small piece of cloth. Now they making that as a mask. So this creativity, it helps to convert the process waste into a useful byproduct. And the generation of ideas for improvement in productive capacity. So always it enhances the process. It helps to improve. So we can able to make an improvement in the product capacity. And then generation of ideas for improvement in human resource. So as I told, so the safety is a concern. So for safety, like, through creativity, we can improve the safety, and also it can helps to smooth flow the process. So we can make an improvement in human resource. Generation of ideas for finding new uses. Using the same thing means what is the new uses? As, like, just I told the example that the waste piece of cloth now they're using as a byproduct, as a mask. So that's a new uses through creating idea. The application, generation of ideas for new marketing strategies. You might have observed the ads in the nowadays television. Everything relating means they're just I would like to take one example, the Lifebuoy ad. The ads describes that
कोरोना वायरस को फैलने से रोकने के लिए साबुन से बार-बार हाथ धोएं।
see, that is only one ad means how the people, how they have creative ideas to encash the current situations. This is we can call as marketing strategies. Generation of ideas for tapping the new market or the new segment. Generation of ideas for solving the problem. This means the creativity, it helps to always, it helps to solve the problems. So, and also it's creating new business opportunities. Okay, you can take the same example again. The mass means earlier they manufacturing their garments, they're doing only the shirts, like t-shirts. So now with the waste class means the piece of cloth they making the mask as well. Means by creative ideas they're improving their opportunities. Okay, so creativity process we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you, have a great day.